Think about how many times a woman will sleep with a man because he looks good on the outside, but y'all know that Negro's rotten on the inside, but you don't care because he got swag and he's 6'5" and the sex is good and next thing you know he's beating you up and stealing your money and cheating on and mistreating you, or you date a pretty girl because of what she looks like, but then you find out that this lady's gonna ruin your life. Think about how often we eat food that tastes delicious. You go to grandma's house and the food is greasy and salty and sweet and delicious, and the fried chicken and the hog mogs and the ham hocks, whatever it is that you eating, and the collard greens and the sweet potatoes and all that's just perfectly delicious because they poured a pound of, they had the big, they had the big 3 10 pound thing of sugar they put in the sweet potatoes to make them taste good, and then next thing you know you're getting your foot cut off and you're going blind because the diabetes set in and all these other horrible things are happening, but it looked good on the outside, it tastes good, but it wasn't good for you because nobody ever stopped and said, what are you doing? Like, did you think about what you're putting in your body? I think it's the same thing when you talk about black success. I think that we look at things on the outside, we turn on the TV and we say, "Oh, there's LeBron, there's the Grammys, there's the look at Beyonce, girl. Oh, look at Cardi B. Look at Eddie Murphy, he still looks good at 60 years old." And we think, "Oh, the black community is doing great. Look at all this black excellence. Look at all this black progress." But when you go back to the data and you look at what's the ingredients in the food, you find out that it's not what you think it is. You find out that that Malcolm, if he was still around, would probably be kind of sad. He'd say, "Wait a minute, you mean y'all don't have 60 years of hard labor that you put in, building white folks' companies and stuff, because that's what y'all do, and your net worth has actually gone down? Maybe we need to deploy our best scientists to dissect the issue instead of pretending like there is no issue." So let me keep going. There's a couple more stats I want to just share with you, and this speaks to my point that I would love to make to Michael and Stephen. I don't know if I'll talk to I saw Stephen a couple of times, but I don't know if I'll ever talk to him again. Um, but also, let's look at another indicator: education. I think education is important. Do y'all agree? Um, According to the National Assessment of Educational Progress, Black boys at grade 4 reading at or above proficiency was not systematically measured in the 1960s, but estimates suggest around 15 to 20% proficiency based on historical literacy data. In 2022, it is now 17%. So now in 2022, because these white people have done, or 2020, well, it's 2025, but 2022 is pretty close, because these white people have done such a wonderful job of educating your boys. 17% of your fourth grade black boys are reading at grade level. Now, white boys can't read that much better. They're about 40%. So the educational system's kind of failing everyone. But basically, that means that if you have a child, if you have a daughter that's going to marry a man 10, 15 years from now, uh, there's about a maybe I guess about a 3 or 4 out of 5 chance that your grandchild's father is not going to be able to read very well, right? So that's an issue, right? And that's a problem that should be fixed. It's easily fixed by people that take their destiny into their own hands, but it's not fixed by people who either ignore the problem or are waiting for someone else to solve the problem. Let's keep going. Let's talk about physical health. According to the CDC, Black mortality from heart disease was 260 per 100,000 in 1960